Welcome back to Spine with Aaron D. We're back for our prepping for Disney series. We are going to Disney in early 2026, and on our journey to prep, we're bringing you guys along for the ride. Thank you for all the comments that you guys have made in the previous videos. So far, we've talked about the list, booking our trip, and a little bit of fun with Etsy so far. Really want to dive more in on this video about where we stay. We are actually Disney Vacation Club members, and I want to discuss how we came to that decision to do that and what we think of it so far. So, let's get started. So first, how did we find out about DVC? Well, my sisters knew about DVC before I did, but I actually learned about DVC on one of our trips. In 2028, we went to Disney World, and it was the first time I had been there in 20 years. And it was fantastic and so much fun. On part of the trip, though, we kind of made a little excursion and went over to the boardwalk. And really, the hotel was incredible. I thought it was a place we could never stay. It was so fancy and so gorgeous. And I was like, wow, this is where people stay that are really high up there. I never thought it was imaginable. But I was wrong. Because DVC has buyback plans. We'll get into it. But anyway, it was incredible and so much fun to walk around and see the resort. I really had a great time. When we got home, we watched one of my very favorite creators. If you haven't heard of her, that's Jen Lefforge. I love her videos. She really dives into the DVCs even more than I'm going to, so please check her out. She talks about the membership, the benefits, and the difference it makes in staying. And if it's right for your family. Because she does say in her videos, it's not right for everybody. You have to make that decision for yourself. One of the things we really loved and learned from Jen's videos is that it's not just about where you stay, it's about having a home in Disney, which I really love. And even when you go there, I love the part where they say, welcome home. It's really fun. Our Pacific resort, or our home resort, is Old Key West. It's the only one we've stayed at so far, and I absolutely love it, which is why we probably haven't stayed anywhere else. The rooms are big. The resort is just huge. I haven't even seen all of it, and I just fantastically think it's awesome. Why we chose DVC? There were 3 big reasons for us, so I'm going to go over them. Like I said, the rooms are really big. The kitchen space. One way we do save money in Disney is we don't eat out all the meals. We'll eat out from time to time, but we get a lot of our food from Walmart, and we cook in our kitchen. So there's a full kitchen, which I love at the place we stay, because we get a suite. And this is plenty of room for everybody to stretch out. Nobody's on top of each other all the time. And we love being able to cook and have it feel more like a home. We also love that on the rainy days, we can play board games. We are a board game family, as we brought up, and you can tell by our trivia, we really like games. So it gives us the space and the table space. You really feel like you're at home in the suite. They do have much more fancier places than we stay at Old Key West, but Old Key West is really comfortable for us. It feels more like home. I also love that it has a washer and dryer. As someone with epilepsy, I can't stay at the parks all day. So I go to the parks for rope drop, and I sometimes come back to the room about midday when the parks are really, really loud. And then I'll go back, and then I'll come home earlier than everybody else. So by having the washer and dryer, we're able to do all our wash and come home with clean clothes. Also, if there's an outfit we want to wear twice, I'm usually back at the hotel early enough. I can do all our wash. I love going around, getting everything clean. So next morning, everything we wore is clean except for what they came home in, which I'll do the next day while they're all out again. So it's really fun to come home with everything clean once we're done with the trip, because one thing I hate about going on vacation is coming home and having to clean all the clothes from the vacation. I feel like you're working right when you get home. By doing it through the trip, it really saves us. The second reason is the relaxed atmosphere. There's couches, you can sit, everybody's comfortable. The space is so nice at Old Key West. The rooms are so big. It is why we picked it as our home resort. We have seen the other resorts though, and there are a ton of great YouTubers that put online. You can do tours of the rooms, which we have taken advantage of. I mean, there are some fantastic YouTubers that really go into it. Jen Lefforge usually does have every place she stayed. She's done a room tour, which I love. There's plenty of place to sleep. That was a big thing for us because I have a lot of siblings and we like to go on these trips together. We like to make it a family trip. The third reason was the long-term value. We plan on going to Disney every couple of years. So by having the resort thing, financially, it made sense for us because it gives us enough space. There's a lot of us, gives us how we prefer to vacation. Some people go on the trips and they're almost never in their room. We really do like to take advantage of the resort itself, and DVC resorts have a lot of benefits that we enjoy. I really love the community halls is one of them. The point system works out for us. Like there's a bunch of us going on this trip this time, and it's really because we have the DVC, it's not that expensive. Because we pay month to month and we have the benefits. Going through Jen Lefforge's has a video to guide to realize if this is financially makes sense for you. So definitely check out those videos. I will try to post them down below or in the description of the video. And why we chose Old Key West, it was all about the point system to us. Old Key West is one of the best values in the DVC system when it comes to points. Because it's the original DVC resort, opened in 1991 and made the rooms so spacious, and we get an incredible value for our thing. We did buy previous points from other users, but we also bought directly from DVC, so we have a mixture of points. Because I know that's one of the questions that people have asked me in the past when I say I'm a DVC member. Did you buy direct from Disney or did you buy from somebody else? We did both. One of the other benefits of Old Key West, which is huge for us, is it's quiet and it's very peaceful. It has that good vibe that we really enjoy. We don't choose to stay right next to the main community center, the main building. I know a lot of people really like that. But in Old Key West, you have the option. There's so much space to go farther out. Which I like. The bus system is great there, so it doesn't really matter where you stay. You can jump on a bus and get up to the main buildings with no trouble. So it's easy to do. I do prefer to be on one of the last stops when we can get it. Fingers crossed, everybody for me. Because I like driving all the way through the resort and seeing everything. So for me, the last spot is great, and I always remember the name of the street. So is DVC right for you? Now I want to be clear. DVC Vacation Club is not right for everybody. It's totally okay if it's not right for you. I actually do have friends that just rent points from people and rent their rooms. That's also cool. Like if you want to stay at a DVC hotel and you don't want to pay the exorbitant prices, that is an option. I do have a family member that does that, and I think that's really cool. Also, Disney does a lot of like specials and stuff, so you can get it that way. Or I actually have stayed at All Stars and I loved All Stars. I do prefer to stay on Disney property, but that's just my preference because I don't want to drive when I'm in Orlando. I just want to take the buses everywhere. But not everybody likes the buses. It doesn't make sense to me, but just make sure when you go on a Disney trip that wherever you're staying is where you're comfortable, budget-wise and physically. So that's really important, and that was a big consideration when we were deciding whether or not to do DVC. Thank you for tuning in for another Prepping for Disney. I really enjoyed going through this with you guys. Let me know if you guys are DVC members. Have you ever looked at DVC? Do you guys want me to post pictures of our rooms when we get back? I will totally do that. Let me know what you think. And if you have any questions. Thank you so much for joining me. And remember, find a reason to smile today. Bye, everybody.